Welcome to Wednesday morning's live stroll with Azra. We've got a very respectable 19 degrees this morning. It's supposed to be quite a warm one in the UK today, about 33 to 35 they're saying. So I think that's into the 90s, isn't it, approximately? So reasonably warm. Very, very humid and muggy yesterday. Wasn't as hot, but very humid, very muggy. And today is supposed to be the hottest day. Then it's supposed to cool right down again. Say cool right down, sort of mid-20s, which is a lot more comfortable from tomorrow onwards. That's about right for when we go away, mid-20s, I think. Much hotter than that, it just is going to make it horrible to walk around, so it's going to be horrible walking around with my leg as it is at the minute, to be honest with you, although I am managing that a lot better at the minute, but only with assistance, painkillers and the old pain relief or the heat. Go on, good girl. So what's everybody else up to today? Is it still the school holidays where everybody is, whether that be for parents or kids? James was asking last night, he's still got another 4 and a bit weeks before he goes back to school. I don't know the exact date, but it's obviously beginning of September. So I said, yep, you've still got another month before you go back. The whole world was ending yesterday. I was at work and the internet went down all over the village. And he was unable to play online. And he was like, oh. I said, well, you'll have to go back to the old-fashioned way, won't you, James? Play games that you can only play by yourself or read a book. Fortunately, it came back on quite quickly. So the world didn't end for long. But it just goes to show how reliant we all are on the internet, isn't it, I think, at times. What's everybody else up to today? Any plans? So for me, it's just a normal work day. Mum, my brother and niece, who are over from abroad at the moment, they're coming round for a Chinese tonight. And then I believe Liverpool playing Wrexham tonight, 12:30, midnight kick-off here in the UK. I'm not sure whether I'm going to watch it. I will try. I'll see how I feel. No live tomorrow, because obviously being Thursday, so it could well be that I could get up a little bit later. Wait and see. Morning, Preston. How are you? How you doing? So we are doing the normal stroll this morning. Yeah, I'm all good, thank you very much. Thank you for asking. If you were with me yesterday morning for the update, which actually came out at about 6 o'clock last night, you'll have known about the field that was set on the satellite the night before. There's a little bit of a part 1 and part 2, and maybe this is partially part 3. Well, it turns out that it was deliberately started. And I don't know what possesses people. You know, what goes through people's minds to think that is going to end in anything else other than tears. It's a real shame. Unfortunately. Anyway, it is what it is. If people are still on when we get there, I will show you what I can show you from where we walk alongside that very field. When I saw what field it was, I was absolutely gutted. I thought, gutted for the farmer, gutted for myself. But fortunately, it hasn't stopped us using that field where the fire was. So if people are still on when we get there, we will have a look. The last live we did as well, if you remember, there was a bit of shenanigans going on over at the field with some kids. This time of morning, maybe a tad later, and I assume they all got home all right. I did put something out on the local site, naming no names and all that sort of stuff. Just sort of reaching out to the parents more than anything else, because they were in a terrible state, guys. Absolutely terrible state. But it sounds like, from what people have said who actually live over there, it sounds like it's a regular occurrence. Well, it's never happened to me before. There's a lot of things that do happen over there, like the crazy lady and stuff like that. But in regards to that, it's the first time that's happened to me. So, yeah, anyway, hopefully they all got home all right. That was all I wanted to make sure, because one day James will be going out with his mates, and I would like to think he would either call us or between them all get themselves all home if there was ever a problem, or he had one too many. Anyway, I think we've got a little way before that yet. Be there before we know it, guys, I tell you. See, as I'm walking at the minute, yes, I can feel my leg sort of quite painful, but it's not unbearably so that I can't walk at my sort of normal pace, but it is sort of, you can feel it cramping. I'm carrying on doing my exercises that I was given for the sort of a similar injury at the beginning of the year. Although thank goodness it's not the hip as well. If it was the hip as well, it would just be, well, I wouldn't be able to do the long strolls. It was that bad when it happened before. If any of you were with me sort of November, December, January time, you'll know. And that's how long it took me to recover, 3 months, and that's what really worries me now. Forget what we're doing in August. I can probably manage that, but we're going to America later on in the year. I need to be right for that, because there ain't going to be no rest in there. Okay. So again, we're now going to be going over to the field. So we're going to see our regular lady with her 3 dogs. It may even be too early for her, because we are a tad early this morning. Not a lot, to be honest, guys. 10 minutes maybe. I can't see her yet, so now Azra will look to do her business in a moment, so might have to pause. There she goes. How predictable. Right, go on, Azra, lead on. So you can see how misty it is over here. And that is literally... Come on, Azra, lead on. That is literally the dampness sort of coming up, and the sort of condensation where the ground is warm as well. So we've got quite warm temperatures. I say warm, it's 19 degrees. It's a pleasant temperature for walking the dog. But later on, I think they're saying, as I said earlier, 33 to 35, which is going to be a stonker. Especially in my office with no aircon. I rely on my little fan. It's quite a big fan actually, but at the end of the day, I look forward to get back in the car, putting the AC on. Thanks for the like. I didn't see that coming, so I appreciate that. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It does mean a lot to the channel. The channel subscriptions have really taken off again, which is fantastic. It really does. Oh, crazy dog with a stick. Come on. It really is strange how the subscriptions work at times. Sometimes you sort of think to yourself, nothing's happening for a couple of days, and all of a sudden you get another day where you might get 10, and it's just like, I've said all along, this is a hobby for me, and I do it for a little bit of a time capsule for myself, as well as obviously showing people new stuff as well. But you do want to see sort of your hard work not recognised, but efforts sort of from from people to sort of show you're doing the right thing. Let's say that. The channel will probably will never make any money. So as I've said from the very outset, it's always been a hobby for me. I enjoy meeting new people, talking to people. Obviously a lot of you I will clearly never meet, but we can always have a good chat. So that is the completion of the first field. We now are walking into the second of 4, and it's the third field at the end of the wooded area, which has got the fire damage. Again, I'm not sure how much we'll see from ground level really, but as I say, if you look at a shot from Monday night at 6 p.m, you will see the drone footage actually of it. I was going to have a sit down, but I think we'll just carry on going. Come on, Azra. Whether I live to regret that. 3/4 of the way into the walk, who knows? But again, if you're with me sort of November, December, January, you will know, A, I couldn't do these long strolls, and B, even trying to do a mile stroll, I don't find a bench, if not 2, to sit down on just to rest. Now, I could do that, but I don't need to. This leg isn't that bad. It's nowhere near as bad as what it was. Thank goodness. Because we enjoy our strolls, don't we, Azra? I'm sure if you could talk, you'd say yes. Right, come on, lead on. So, completion of the second field. Now we go into the sort of wooded area. Come on. Into the wooded area. Incidentally, there's only a few people on now. There have been sort of more than that. But Monday's live stream was another not so great one. I think in total we only had about 15 viewers. And that seems to be a fetish at the minute with Mondays. Now, I had spoken about it. That is the last Monday until at least September. and I'll re-look at the statistics whilst we're on holiday during August and just see what's what. Again, live-wise, they'll be paused as of the end of this week because we are on holiday for a big chunk of August. There will be some lives coming from where we're going on holiday because the dogs are coming on one of the holidays. So there will be some lives, but I can't tell you when they'll be or anything at the minute. So I'll maybe put something out on the channel, on the community page when I know. And obviously we'll go from there. So, but just letting people know that's the situation with the lives we've got today. And we've got Friday, and then there is a massive pause in lives until beginning of September. There'll still be content coming out every day in the form of shorts and travel vlogs and stuff like that. But the lives will only be when I let you know. And then we'll be back as normal as of the 1st of September. I'll put another community page out about that. Probably end of the week, weekend, something like that, so people know and they've got it, should they be interested. Just going underneath the bridge, guys. Oh, and we got some lads out and about already. Oh, we hate seeing people this time of day. I'll deal without it, because I have to slow my pace down as well. So in a minute I will show you when we make the turn where this fire damage is. Again, you can't really see a lot of it from ground level, but I'll show you where it is. To be fair, I'm not having to break my stride, so it'll be alright. This is a thing now, kids doing all-nighters, even at their age. I mean, I'm looking at them, and I'm going to say they're 12, 13 maybe. If I was a parent, not knowing where my child was overnight, I think I'd have a problem with that. Right, Shrun path. Right, I don't know if you can see it, guys. There's sort of a black layer all along the edge of this field over the back there. That is where the fire spread across this field. I will try and show you a little bit more when we get to the bridge the other end. I'm very mindful of those boys over there as well. Not wanting them thinking I'm bloody recording them as well. Be on Facebook later. Strange man videoing in the field. We're so early, guys. I say so early. 5:15 now, coming up, AM. Sun isn't even up yet. Can't even show you a sunrise shot. It'd be lovely when it does come up. Go on, don't worry about them. And as I say, it was apparently, if you believe the newspaper, started deliberately, this fire. But you can see, maybe it's not great from here. I mean, I'm a bit higher than the phone, but there is definitely a black patch sort of going from basically there all the way across here. Again, I'll try and show you a bit more when we get to the bridge a bit further up. Did everyone see that? What made Azra jump all 4 legs off the ground? Scaredy dog. Scaredy dog. I just think it's a shame for the farmer, isn't it, really? You know, fortunately, he'd already baled up a lot of his crop. Now, truth had it, or word had it, so I say, that it was the boughs that were set on fire, but hopefully it wasn't all of them, because it's obviously been a particularly difficult harvest this year with the weather as we've had. Very dry, as you can see. So I'm going to try and stand on the bridge here and then turn back. We'll have a look. This will be a bit higher. Right, so if you can just make out there's a line going all the way across the field. Move my finger out of the way. And that is where the fire spread across the field. Pretty horrendous. I mean, it looks like quite a big area, actually. Obviously difficult to sort of see from the ground. Perhaps at the weekend, weather permitting, time permitting, I'll come up the other side of the road here and get my drone up so I can sort of do a little report on that from the air. God help us. Azra, good girl. You know the routine here. You can just see how dry it is though, guys. I mean, this is like straw here now. It doesn't take much for it to go up. And as I say, I don't know what possesses kids or young adults. Maybe it was a cigarette that was flicked, who knows? Maybe it wasn't done on purpose as such. Just a bit thoughtless. You just never know, do you? Right, busy road. Not a lot going on, one car coming from my right, but well in the distance. Go on, Azra, lead on. Come on. So just so you know, guys, that is where the sun will be coming from when it eventually puts an appearance in. Come on. As I say, we've had a fairly active morning to start with. It always sort of goes from peaks and troughs to lives. I've always said it, I never mind being out having a chat with one of you, 20 of you, 100 of you. But Monday was particularly hard work, and that's been, I've now been able to look at the statistics for Mondays, and there's the odd one where you get sort of triple figures. Cat on the run over there. But the last sort of handful basically have been sort of 10, 15, 20, 30 maybe, and that's it. So, as I say, hi Julian, how you doing? Mondays are just gonna, I think, be phased out. We'll give it another try maybe a couple of times in September when we start up again. The first Monday's a bank holiday, so that might be a little bit of a difficult one to judge. Being the last bank holiday in the UK as well, before obviously Christmas, believe it or not. It's always quite difficult, so I probably will give it a couple of Mondays and then we'll see how we go. And then of course we've got another sort of mini holiday towards the end of September into October anyway, so there will be no lives with the dog, whether there'll be any lives and where we're going. Watch this space, because I don't know at the minute. I really don't know. I genuinely don't know if we can have enough time. Depends where we are, whether we can actually sit our backsides down for any amount of time. Watch this space, guys. Dog's name is Azra, A-Z-R-A. She's a rescue dog from North Macedonia, in actual fact. And we've had her since she was 6 months old. She's now coming up 5.5 in October, so we've had her since October 5 years ago almost. So, and she really does have her own, well, as all animals do of course, but she does really have her own little personality. She is very much a, well, it's a difficult one to say she's one or the other, but she's a mummy's girl around feeding time. Any other time she's more of a daddy's girl, I think, because we do this together. We go out for walks together, we have fun together. But then her brother from another mother, Ralph, who's a Chihuahua, very much a mummy's boy. He will sit with me if he has to, but he's begrudgingly, and he's always looking out for Julia. So we are going to be coming up to the fourth and final field very shortly. Again, if you're a regular, you'll know the route we're doing. It doesn't change very much at the minute, unfortunately. Sundays are the only days I could change it, and just due to circumstances, really, more than anything else. We haven't done any newer strolls. Maybe we'll try and do one on Sunday. I'll see. Problem is with a couple of them, if I do need to sit down, there isn't really anywhere to sit down on, at least, or maybe even 3 of them, other than just sitting your backside down on the field, which is entirely possible, of course, if you can then get back up again. At least this normal one, strategically I know where there are 4 benches. One of which is at the end of this road, but I won't be using it, so. And this is why I always say, guys, again, some of you might be new viewers and not have been with me earlier on in the year, but when I hurt myself coming back from Disney, and I actually blew my hip out, as well as the muscle in the leg, I could barely walk, and there's absolutely no way I'd have been able to do what I'm doing at the minute. So I know it's more of a thigh strain, or maybe a tear, but all I can do is carry on doing the exercises they've given me, manage it with the heat, and hope it just gets, starts to mend itself. I know normally sort of a thigh strain is normally 4 to 6 weeks, and that takes us precariously close to when we go away to America. And that's what I'm sort of setting my goal for at the minute. The holiday that we've got coming up in a week and a half's time, there's absolutely no way it's going to be right for that. So I'm just going to have to manage it. Oh, Azra! And that's not a good way of managing it, being pulled. But sort of heat, exercises, some painkillers. This is the crazy dog bit, by the way, guys, that you don't always see. Give her a stick. She's a mentalist. Come on. So they say Azra is in her prime at the moment. Isn't it between 5 and 7? Her prime years for dogs. Maybe slightly younger than that, maybe 4 to 7, perhaps. I suppose it depends what dog you've got, of course. Still a bit of greenery over here in places, but the main football pitch is looking pretty brown. So if you're just joining up, just meandering our way now back up and more towards the science park, and then obviously home. We'll be out now. We'll be, what's that? Just over half an hour. Sorry, couldn't see that for a minute. And we've probably got another 10 minutes or so. And then one more live left of July. And then it will be a pause on the lives in August due to holidays. And then back again in September. I will put a community page out, I've already said that, just so people know what's going on. There might be the odd live from where we're going on one of the holidays, because we're taking the dogs. Come on. So I might try and do that, so watch out for those. Come on. Azra, are you alright? Come on, let's go. Azra, come on, let's go. Oh, poor old girl, she's been sick. I think you've eaten too much grass, haven't you? Come on. Come on. Let's get you home. Come on. Come on, Azra. Oh, lead on, let's get you home. Azra, let's get home. You can chill out at home. Oh, I don't know what's brought that on, guys, anyway. There was grass in it, so... No, she's probably overdone it. Come on. She seems okay at the moment, so we're going directly home now. But yeah, she was a bit poorly back there. Go on, Azra. So yeah, we'll get to the wooded area and then directly make our way home from there. Be home in about 5-10 minutes, as I say. Make sure young Azra's okay after, as I say, been a bit poorly back there. She seems happy enough. Probably just overate on the grass. Okay, so we're now approaching the last little wooded area before we make the turn towards home. If you're a regular, you'd have seen this all before. So we're now making a turn towards the high road and towards home. No, the dog walkers, that's nice. Pardon me, that's nice to see. And I still don't think we're going to see the sunrise. I think we're still a bit too early. I find it unbelievable, guys. Absolutely unbelievable that we're not going to see the sunrise this morning. We literally only came out 10, maybe 15 minutes earlier. As you can see, a nice big circle for us we've done this morning. It's nice having some circles to do rather than walking somewhere then out, turn around and walking back the same way. Go on, Azra, lead on. Right, ladies and gentlemen, well, we'll leave it till we get to the exit because we might see a bit of sun. You can see it glinting off some of the signs on the wall over there, so we might have a little bit been talking about it, so another minute or two, hopefully people can cope with. And they put more roadworks here. Oh my goodness me. Every which way I go to work at the minute, there's some roadworks. It's unreal. These weren't, well, I said they weren't here last night. I didn't actually come this way, so I don't know. I don't know what they're there for, but they're just popping up from nowhere. At the minute, these traffic lights. No warning, nothing. Obviously, there are emergency repairs, I get it. Right, there we go. Little sunrise shot. Right, ladies and gentlemen, that's it for today. Have a lovely Wednesday. We'll be back on Friday.